Hello everyone, good afternoon. We are going to start with number 3 conference, the third conference of phase B. Um, this is called the practice of astral projection. Previously in conferences of phase A, we have taught about how to achieve the astral projection practice. We have explained many techniques already in phase A, but this conference of phase B is a little bit deeper because it teaches the different steps, and it's also meant to be like more serious attempt of achieving this practice. If we have done it but we haven't had a good result, or we haven't achieved the discipline of doing step by step the practice, this conference is going to teach us how to do step by step the practice in order to do it with concentration in a state of relaxation that will allow us to have a good result. So let's start with the conference. So what is astral projection? Let's remember, it's to bring out our soul or inner body. We have the different existential bodies, the inner bodies that we have, the not only the physical body, but we have the astral body, the mental body, the causal body, the vital body. There are different existential bodies that we have to create with the conscious use of our sexual creative energy. So a body that is called the astral body is going to help us travel through the fifth dimension in a conscious way. That is what we do all nights, but we do it in an unconscious way when we have a dream and we kind of remember the place that we're in, the people with whom we are, but the purpose is to do it in a conscious way, that you can be aware that you're in a dream and that you can accomplish a goal or an objective spiritually that you have. For instance, talking to your divine mother, asking who you are who you were in a past existence, asking how to eliminate a psychological defect. So the astral body is the same as our physical body, but is of a molecular nature. It means that we can travel to the fifth dimension, the world of our dreams, the astral dimension. We can get to know all the secrets of that dimension, as well as our physical body is for exploring the third dimension, this world, this material world that we can perceive with the five senses. Well, the molecular body that we call the astral body is for perceiving another superior dimension, that is the astral dimension, that it has different laws, is a more subtle dimension. We can fly there, we can go through the walls or jump and remain floating with this astral body that is molecular. Our physical body is has a cellular nature, but the molecular nature means that it is subtle, so it can do many things that the physical body cannot do. So what can we do in this practice? So the importance is that we have a spiritual objective, because if we go to the astral dimension and we have no purpose, we are going to remain floating, fly all around our bedroom, or talk with someone. But if we don't have a spiritual objective or a spiritual goal with this practice, we are not going to advance in the awakening of our conscience. So it's really important that we profit this moment in which we achieve the practice to ask for different mysteries that we need to find about in order to advance in the awakening of our conscience. For instance, who is my partner that is going to work with me in the sexual transmutation practice, the working with the kundalini, the ascending of the fire through the spinal cord, the creation of the superior existential bodies. This is a really important question to ask in order to start working in this third factor of the revolution of our conscience, that is the spiritual birth. Who was I in a past life? It's really important to know your past existences in order to understand your psychological defects and how have they been feeding on your energy since those past existences. How did they capture all your mental energy, your emotional energy, even your sexual energy? What is my destiny and how can I change it? There is a law that we call the law of recurrence, in which our ego is going to have us to do the same mistakes once and over again. That mechanical force of the destiny, that is what we have traced by our ego, we can change it if we eliminate the root of all sufferings, that is our obscurity, our ego. If we eliminate lust, we are not going to have the same problems or the same mistakes with the ego of adultery or the ego of betrayal with our partner. If we change the defect of alcoholism, if we are willing to eliminate it and to banish it, we are not going to have the same recurrences of maybe losing our physical body in a car accident because we are drunk or something like that. So we can eliminate all our psychological defects, and that's why we can change our destiny. What's going to happen to us is traced by the force of ego. So if we eliminate ego, everything is going to be different, and is going to be our conscience, the force that guides us. That is the 3% of justice, wisdom, and love. Other question that you can ask is, what is life like in other planets? Well, if you're willing to experience all temples of wisdom and find out about the mysteries of the universe in order to verify this practice of astral projection, it's really important to have something that really drives your fire, really is something that you want to find out no matter what. I want to accomplish this goal. I want to find out about this mystery. It's something that really I need to know. So as long as your goal is really important to you, you are going to have the conscious will in order to keep trying and have the discipline to practice until you achieve this goal. So we're going to take a look at the steps for the practice of astral projection. First of all is having a quiet place, a place in which you are in a good mood, in a good state of concentration, of relaxation, that no one is going to interrupt you or bother you, that it's not a noisy environment. It will be better if you have no electronic devices there, because those devices they set a mood of distraction, and the conjuration of belittling and magic circle, that is an energetical enclosure. It's going to drive away all negative forces, of all forces that come from the telepathy of your psychological defects, of your ego trying to get inside of you, and start stealing your mental energy, your emotional energy, your instinctive energy. And so you need to be in a state of living the moment, in the present, So this conjuration is really important in order to be just in yourself with your vibration of the conscience, of the what's justice, wisdom, and love vibrating there. Nothing that comes from our ego that is going to distract us from the practice, and no negative energies that are the energetical larvae that are around in the place when we feed a psychological defects. So it drives away negative forces. Um, as I was talking, larvae are energetical remaining energy that stays in a place in which you have fed a psychological defects. For instance, if you're angry and you fight with your couple or with your son, your daughter, and there is a negative vibration of that psychological defect, of discussion, of violence, of anger, remaining there in the environment, you are not going to be in a state of concentration. You're going to start thinking, start feeling disliking, or well, so you need to do that enclosure in order to drive away all those negative energies that remained in the place. The black magicians that are the attacks of people that know how to use the sexual energy, the energy of our physical body, in order to profit from it and profit from the faculty, powers, and forces that this energy has. So we need to enclose the environment and protect ourselves in order to be ready for the practice. Then comes the next step, that is concentrating in the heart without admitting any thought, doing something different. If we are in a state of tension, if we are impatient, or we're feeling impatient, or we are feeling really nervous because of the practice, we are not going to be in the state of the conscience center in the action that we are performing. So the conscience needs to be the force that guides us in the practice. The father, that is the wisdom, the mother, that is the love, and the son, that is the justice. That those are the three forces of our conscience that need to be guiding the practice. So we haven't got to be thinking about something else or doing something simultaneously, because we are going to be in a state of disconcentration. So we are going to be there feeling each word that we say in these mantras that we are going to teach, that are the conjurations. So we are going to say in this way: Beliling, 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 amphora of salvation, I would like to be close to you. Materialism has no power next to me. Beliling, 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 amphora of salvation, I would like to be close to you. Materialism has no power next to me. Beliling, 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 amphora of salvation, I would like to be close to you. Materialism has no power next to me. Beliling, Beliling, Beliling. So we repeat it 3 times, this conjuration, and we imagine that we in our spinal cord we have fire, the fire ascending of the kundalini. You can imagine that the spinal cord is like a candle lighting up, or you can imagine the energy ascending, and it is going to be a powerful practice in order to drive away all the negative energy that is in the place that you are going to do the practice. And the magic circle of protection that is going to enclose the environment that you're in. So the larvae, the heavy energy, or the dark magicians are not going to approach again to the place that you're in. They are going to remain outside, because you're going to trace like a circle with your energy, and you're going to summon a force within you that is the elemental intercessor, that is like your guardian angel. It has been created in the elemental, when you were an elemental in the kingdom of the vegetable. Well, there are different kingdoms that our soul has been evolving through. We have the mineral kingdom, we have the vegetable kingdom, the animal kingdom, and the human kingdom, and we are evolving through the samsara wheel. And in the vegetable kingdom, we created this power that was the elemental intercessor. That is a force that doesn't obey us. It obeys to our Father, that is the principle of wisdom. So we have to summon this force through the force of the Father. So we're going to say it in this way: Father of mine, Lord of mine, God of mine, I beg you, if it's your will, to command my elemental intercessor to get out of my body and draw a magical circle of protection around this place, in order to make it free from any evil forces. Elemental intercessor, elemental intercessor, elemental intercessor, do your work in the name of Christ, by the power of Christ, and by the majesty of Christ. And you are going to trace the circle, as you can see in the drawing, with your fingers. These 3 fingers in this way represent justice, wisdom, and love, the 3 forces of our conscience. You are going to imagine that a green light comes out of these 3 fingers, and you are going to trace the circle, the magical circle of protection around the place, around the perimeter of the place in which you're in, with the mantra. As you pronounce the mantra of the S, you are going to imagine that the ray comes out and traces the magic circle around the place that you're in. So you're going to do it this way. And it's going to trace the magic circle around you in order to have you enclosed and protected from these attacks of our ego and the Black Lodge. So the next step is to request assistance to your inner Father and your Divine Mother, that are the principle of wisdom and love, and set the goal. The goal, for instance, is to find out who your real partner is going to be to work in the spiritual birth. And you really want to find this partner, you really want to work in the spiritual birth, create these superior existential bodies with your sexual creative energy. So it's something that you need to know from your heart. You are going to repeat it in your heart 3 times. Divine Mother, Father of wisdom, let me know who my partner is, who's going to work with me in the spiritual birth. And you repeat it 2 more times, and you concentrate in your heart. It's like you're saving that goal in your heart. Then comes the step of the relaxation. You take a few minutes to breathe and concentrate in the entry and exit of air from your lungs to the outside. You relax your emotional area, that it's at the height of your belly button and your stomach. Well, you concentrate in that emotional part and you relax that emotional part. Then comes the step of concentration in your heart. You're going to relax your mind. Your mind, it's relaxed with the sounds that you hear. So you're going to hear from the farthest sound to the closest sound, and then from the closest sound to the farthest sound. Well, you're going to start with your heart. Sorry, begin with the first sound, that is your heart, the beating of your heart, your heartbeat. Just feel the heartbeat. Then you're going to hear the noises from your bedroom, then the noises from your apartment, then the noises from your neighborhood, then the noises that are farther, like a highway or something like that, the trucks and the cars passing by. Then you're going to come again back from the farthest sound to the closest sound, from the highway, the neighborhood, the apartment noises, the bedroom noises, and then you're going to come back feeling the beating of your heart. That is going to relax your mind. You're not gonna think about anything that you hear, or speak in your inner tongue about what you hear. No, you're going to just hear the noises and remain feeling your heart, and that's going to totally relax your mental body. Then we are going to do the next step, that is relaxing your physical body. If you have the time and the willing to do the practice of dervishes, is going to be the best. The practice of dervishes is in a conference that we have already seen, of phase A. That is a practice of relaxation of our physical body, and with this practice you are going to get rid of all that heavy energy, because you're going to maintain the power of the concentration. It's spinning around in place with your palms extended, and also there are dervishes of applauding and simultaneously turning your head from one side to another and jogging in the same place that you're in. You're going to do different actions simultaneously with your physical body in order to achieve the power of concentration, not thinking and feeling anything, but maintaining the power of remaining in the instant and living the present in inner silence, in a state of inner silence. So if you can do the dervishes practice, it's going to be the best. But if you cannot, well, you think about all the parts of your body being that a golden light is going to get all your parts of the body to fall asleep. They are going to be relaxed, and they are going to be without tension. You start by the right thumb of your right foot, your toes. You're going to feel that they get numb, that you don't feel them anymore, that golden light is going through your feet, and then the other foot, and your legs, and as well your body, all your stomach, all this part. Then you go through your arms, your hands, your fingers, one by one, as more detailed as you can do it. It's going to be better. If you have a hard time falling asleep, it's better that you imagine all the parts of your body one by one, your pinky finger, your all the fingers of your body one by one, all the parts of your neck, the spinal cord, the inner organs of your bodies, the coccyx bone, the sacrum bone, all that you can imagine of your body that it's falling asleep and becoming numb. It's going to be better if you do it in a more detailed way. So this practice of sleeping and relaxing your physical body imagining this light from the foot to the head, it's going to help us, well, just remain in a state of relaxation, concentration, and you're no longer going to feel your body. You're going to feel that you're even floating. You're going to even start to feel, if you can, the first symptoms of astral projection. That is, that you feel like ants in your body. Well, that is your body that is totally slept in a state of concentration and relaxation. And then you're going to use this technique, that is the technique of the mantrams, pronouncing a mantra that is going to help us get into a vibration, get our physical body to be in a vibration that all the molecules of our astral body are going to be vibrating. These mantras can be the following, but you're going to choose only one. If you do this practice this night, you're going to choose, I'm going to do it with the mantra of the pharaoh, or no, I'm going to use the mantra of the O. But choose only one per night, because if you keep switching and switching of mantra, you're not going to be in a state of concentration. You're going to be distracted, but I doubt, I don't know what mantra should I use. Should I use this? Should I use that one? It's not working with this, I'm going to switch. No, use only one per night, so you can be concentrated in pronouncing that mantra. With the mantra pharaoh, we imagine a pyramid in our in the middle of our eyebrows, the same as with the mantra Laras. With the mantra O, we are going to focus in our heart. With the mantra Om, the same focus in our heart. And with the mantra Rrr, we are going to focus in our throat. So these mantras are going to make the astral body vibrate in order for it to be ready to come out of the physical body. So with the mantra pharaoh concentrated in the middle of our eyebrows, maybe you choose that one, and you're going to imagine and use the power of imagination, because for the wise, imagining is creating. So, and the symptoms are going to be the following. You feel that your body is inflating, that you're gently swinging, that your legs and arms are lifting and you're floating. You might feel a slight current. You might feel that you're spinning at a high speed. You might feel a noise next to your ears, or you may consciously appear in a dream. You can use the power of your imagination to direct to a place in which you want to be. So the testing to know if you are already in the fifth dimension, if you are already in the world of the dreams, and well, be conscious about it, be aware that you're in the astral world, is getting out of bed and checking if you're unfolded, if you are astrally projecting. Once that you are conscious that you are in that fifth dimension, in the world of the dreams, you should and you must remember the objective that you had. For instance, if the objective was checking who's my couple, verifying who is the partner that is going to work with me in the astral projection, in the in the spiritual birds, in the working with the kundalini, who's my partner. You're going to feel your heart, and you're going to remember, because you saved that goal in your heart. And the secret, well, is to practice and practice this technique until you have the result that you expect. So with a lot of patience and discipline, because it's not enough to practice one time. And well, I was in a state of this concentration. I was really tired, and I fell asleep, and I couldn't do it. Or maybe I was really tense, really nervous, and I went back to my physical body without checking the objective. It can happen, and it's really common. But discipline makes the master. um, you need to try and try harder, and you need to have the mood, the fire that will allow you to make the practice work. So until achieving it, because when you find out about your objective, is something that has no price. When you return, you should remember to take notes and analyze the dream that you have had, the astral projection, if it was unconscious, if it was not a conscious astral projection. You should still analyze and interpret the dream that you had, because it has really powerful information for your spiritual development. And also, if it was conscious, you should write it down, and remember that you had that experience, that mystical experience, because it's something really valuable for your being, for the advancing in your spiritual work. And maybe what happens is that our ego is going to tell us, oh no, that wasn't like that, and maybe it's going to distort the experience that we had in this fifth dimension. So if you had it written down in a piece of paper, it's going to be much better, because you have the evidence of what you have experienced. This mystical experience is going to be there, and you are not going to forget about it, because it's really something that was really valuable to have verified. So when you return to your physical body, you should use that information to do your practices of meditation. Sometimes your being tells you that you need to meditate these psychological defects in order to achieve the next time the conscious astral projection. So you need to write it down and do a meditation practice of a psychological defect that you have. And well, there are many clues and many valuable information that comes from the astral world. So practice makes the master, and you should try this practice with a lot of discipline, with a lot of mood, with a lot of fire, with a lot of will, because when you achieve the result, is something that is totally unspeakable. You cannot describe it with words. It's a mystical experience that it's going to help you lose the fascination for your ego, for all the intranscendental things that we have in our personality, and all the identification with our psychological defects. And it's going to help us have a lot of energy and a lot of will to start advancing in our spiritual work, that is achieving the 100% of conscious and the self-realization of our being in a human existence. So this tool that is the astral projection is totally indispensable to advance, to verify, and to avoid falling in a state of fanaticism, because you're not going to be a believer in anything of what you hear, but you are going to have an experience of what is wisdom and love that comes from the superior dimensions of conscience, which are in, for instance, the fifth dimension, that is the astral world. So this is the practice, and you should well, be persistent, not let yourself be disappointed if it doesn't work at the first time, because it's an indispensable tool for your awakening of your conscience. So this was the conference of the astral projection. I leave you with this information, and start doing the practice step by step with a lot of discipline, because it's going to give you the key for having the result that you expect, and well, verifying anything that you want to know about all the mysteries of the universe. So, well, have a good afternoon, and we are going to keep sharing with you conferences of Phase B that are going to teach us how to transcend and how to become one with our being. Have a good afternoon. Bye.